Kevin Looney found it easy to leave the Golden State Warriors, even though their championship window is still open. The now former Dubs center, who signed with the New Orleans Pelicans this offseason, shared why it was time to depart the Bay Area on the Warriors Plus Minus podcast. Looney, a member of 3 championship teams since the Warriors chose him with a final first-round pick in the 2015 NBA draft, averaged 4.5 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 1.6 assists while averaging 15 minutes per game last season. He played 76 games with the Warriors, but started just 6. The 29-year-old inked a 2-year, $16 million contract with New Orleans, leaving after playing 599 games with the Warriors and averaging 5 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.6 assists. What did Kevin Looney say about leaving the Warriors? The star-studded Warriors advanced to the second round of the NBA playoffs for the 3rd time in the past 4 seasons and are only 3 years removed from their last NBA title. Still, Looney felt things changing, especially with his role and in contract negotiations. "The last few years everything's been changing," Looney said. "My minutes are always up and down. I don't know how they really view me or what they're really going to offer. With the Warriors, it can vary from the mid-level exception to the veteran minimum. That's a big difference." Looney completed consecutive contracts with the Dubs signed under bird rights, including his most recent 3-year, $22.5 million contract. He confirmed the Warriors had asked him to wait until after free agency had started in previous years, but couldn't afford to this time around. "I wanted to control my own destiny," Looney said. "I know how they like to negotiate, how they like to do business. It was going to be a lowball offer, probably to start at. If I could find nothing else to start at, if there was no other money out there, I knew I would have to take it." When he told Warriors brass about the Pelicans' offer, which was the highest annual average value of his career, Looney could see they were content to let him leave. "Once the deal happened, there wasn't any 'we can offer you this' or whatever. They were just like, 'Congrats,'" Looney said. "It kind of felt like, all right, they're not going to top the Pelicans' offer." When did Kevin Looney feel things change? Though Steph Curry has remained the constant in the Warriors organization, Looney was also a fixture. Yet, when asked when things began to change, Looney cited an example from this season's playoffs against the Houston Rockets, where he averaged just 9 minutes per game. "It was no one moment," Looney said. "This year, we were going against Houston center Steven Adams. They were not giving me the chance to do what I do. I was like, all right, y'all don't trust me. I thought y'all trust me. Y'all don't think I'm really that good anymore? They put me in at the end of Game 7. Why did we have to get to that point?" The Golden State Warriors will not lose sleep if Bradley Beal signs with another team, most likely with the Los Angeles Clippers, as multiple reports suggest. According to Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, the reported Warriors' interest in Beal has been exaggerated, as the 3-time All-Star guard is nearing a buyout with the Phoenix Suns. Despite being mentioned in recent days as an emerging force to potentially poach Beal from Los Angeles, the Warriors' pursuit of the former All-Star has been exaggerated, sources said. Golden State, like several other teams, would surely give Beal a minimum contract if he were willing to accept such a deal and wanted to join them, Siegel wrote. The Clippers are expected to give Beal their remaining $5.3 million in their mid-level exception, which is above than the veteran minimum. Additionally, the Clippers have an opening in their starting unit after trading Norman Powell to the Miami Heat in a 3-team deal that brought back forward John Collins. Ideal Steph Curry backcourt partner. The Warriors, on the other hand, are looking to pair Steph and Curry with a 2-way wing. Beal is more of a scoring wing who struggled to find his All-Star form next to 2 All-Stars, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, in Phoenix. "I think we learned a lot about the team this past year, especially since we've added Jimmy Butler," Golden State General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. told ESPN's Katie George during halftime of the Warriors' NBA Summer League opener in Las Vegas on July 11th. "We feel like we have a group going forward that's going to be pretty good. What do we need to add? I think from that standpoint, we want to look to the front court to add some shooting, in the back court some defense. Offensively, guys that can shoot, pass, and dribble. There's tons of needs, but I think we've zeroed in on some areas that we can address. As the summer unfolds, we'll continue to try and do that." The Athletic previously reported, citing league sources, that Beal has also considered the Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, and Milwaukee Bucks. NBA insider Jake Fisher also reported that the Warriors were confirmed to have interest in Beal. Yesterday we reported that the Clippers, Lakers, Bucks, and Wolves were confirmed suitors for Bradley Beal, Fisher posted on X on July 8. I'm told that the Warriors also should be added to the list. Warriors considered LeBron trade again. The Warriors have yet to make a move in free agency. But it doesn't mean they have been inactive in looking for avenues to improve a veteran core led by Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green that reached the second round last season. According to ESPN's Brian Windhorst and Ramona Shelburne, the Warriors revisited their thoughts of pairing LeBron James and Curry after their failed attempt last year. A handful of teams, including the Golden State Warriors, who tried to trade for James in 2023-24, considered again whether to make an offer, sources said. Windhorst and Shelburne wrote on Friday, July 11. Fred Katz of The Athletic singled out Butler as the Warriors' obvious salary match for James. Butler makes a tad more than James does, marking the trade legal, though if it were constructed this way, it would hard cap the Lakers at the first apron, since they'd be absorbing more money than they send out in a deal. If the Lakers were fine with that, they could execute the one-for-one trade. Katz wrote on July 2. Butler, 35, will earn $54.1 million next season. James, 40, just recently opted into his $52.6 million player option that will make him an unrestricted free agent after next season. The Golden State Warriors have been put in an interesting position this offseason, with a big decision to make for 22-year-old forward Jonathan Kuminga. The former 7th overall pick has hit restricted free agency, and the Warriors have made it clear they are not letting him walk for nothing in return. Since the start of the offseason, the Warriors have been exploring sign-and-trade options for Kuminga to find him a new home, and teams like the Sacramento Kings, Miami Heat, and Chicago Bulls have emerged as potential suitors. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr benched Kuminga at the end of the regular season and start of the playoffs, but an incredible second-round performance from the young forward skyrocketed his value. When Steph Curry was sidelined in the playoffs, Kuminga showed exactly what he is capable of, but not everyone is sold. Every team that initially showed interest in Kuminga has seemingly backed out, including the Chicago Bulls. A new report from the Chicago Sun-Times' Joe Cowley reveals that the Bulls' interest in a Kuminga deal has dwindled. And rumors the Bulls were interested in a sign-and-trade deal for the Warriors' Jonathan Kuminga have quieted substantially, Cowley wrote. With suitors for Kuminga dropping like flies, the expectation has become that the young forward will be suiting up for the Warriors next season, but a trade at next year's deadline is undoubtedly in the cards. Kuminga still has the potential to be a great player, but if Steve Kerr does not like his fit with this Warriors team, it is hard to envision a long-term future for him in Golden State.